Nothing says I'm being framed quite like cut brake lines and 3 bottles of vodka rolling around the floor. G'day guys, Holy Critics signing in. With the sad news of Robert Carradine's sudden passing this week at the age of 71, I thought we'd celebrate his life and legacy by revisiting one of his lesser-known 90s thrillers. The Killers Within sees him playing a grieving man chasing the truth behind his brother's mysterious death. With a cast full of familiar faces and a plot that swings big, I'm not promising a masterpiece, but I am promising a fun experience.
This is Meredith McRae on Speak Your Mind. We're going to open up our phones right now and talk about yet another bombing of a federal building that took place this morning in Omaha, Nebraska. Let's go to caller number 3. Caller number 3, you're on the air.
Yeah, am I on the air?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, my name is Benny from Sterling, Nebraska, and, I'm finally on the air. First off, I want to say that I've been waiting an awful long time here, but...
Sorry, Bernie.
My name is Benny, ma'am.
Oh, Benny, sorry.
That's all right.
Go ahead.
So I was just wondering, are you only going to take left-wing calls on your show? Are you going to actually fill out the whole opinion, the scope of opinion that what America
Benny,
is really about?
I really don't think all the calls this afternoon
Ma'am,
have been
I've
left-wing,
been
but
listening.
what's your opinion?
Can I say my opinion?
Sure.
If you would give me a chance, perhaps I would say it
Go ahead.
finally after waiting for so long.
I'm sorry, go right ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me just say right now, I'm a little angry with what's being said on your show, and I see the kind of calls that are being filtered through. I'm beginning to feel the whole show is a setup, but that's fine. But let me just say my opinion here.
Right.
Is that did you ever think for a moment that someone else than who you think is responsible for this bombing is responsible for this bombing?
First of all, I have no idea who's responsible for the bombing, and no one does at this point.
Well, it's pretty...
But the fingers have been pointing in several of the bombings that have occurred lately to right-wing military militia groups.
Right-wing military militia. Oh, you folks just love to say that, don't you?
Are you a member of...
Who runs your
Benny, may I ask
station,
you a
ma'am?
question? You want me to be honest and tell you my feelings.
Yeah, I would
Will you
like
be
to.
honest, and would you admit, are you a member of a military militia?
Oh, so you can pigeonhole me and then put me in this group?
I've never spoken to an actual member, and we'd love to hear your point of view. And
Ma'am,
some of the
why
things
don't
you...
Jason?
Alternative press.
I was wondering if I could talk to Jason Wallace, please.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wallace isn't in.
Do you know where I could reach him?
You're his brother, aren't you? I recognize your voice. Well, I left all your messages on his desk. Are you still at the Albuquerque number?
No, I'm in Los Angeles. Do you have any idea where he is?
No, I don't. Could you hang on a minute? Alternative press. Miss Seaton, could you hang on? I'll find out if she's in. Who's calling? Laura, it's Fred.
Tell my left.
Hi, I'm sorry. Miss Seaton's left for the day. Hi, Mr. Wallace. I'm sorry to keep you waiting. You know, I don't know what to tell you, but if you call back in the morning, maybe somebody in editorial can help you.
Well, is he on some special assignment or something? Is he in town?
I don't know.
Well, thanks for your time. I'll call back in the morning.
Okay, bye.
That's Jason's brother again?
Yeah, he's in L.A.
Oh, did he say where he's staying?
No, I guess I should have gotten a contact number for him.
Doesn't matter.
Laura, do you have any idea where Jason might be? I'm really beginning to worry about him.
Oh, I really wouldn't worry about it.
Well, he hasn't shown up here for almost 2 weeks now.
I know. He's probably on one of his famous benders.
I thought he was clean for a long time.
Right.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to, the Congressman, Clayton?
Who's calling?
My name's Ben Wallace. My brother and the Congressman and my brother are old friends.
Oh, yes, Jason Wallace. You're his little brother. Jason talked about you a lot. I'm Joyce Clayton, Michael's wife. Well, Michael's coming in from Washington tonight. Why don't you call in the morning? I'm sure he'd love to talk to you.
Well, all right. I'll talk to you in the morning.
Who were you on the phone with? I saw the light on.
Princess Diana.
I just asked you a question.
Don't ever ask who I call. I gather that was Jason's brother?
Yeah, he's in L.A. Look, I'm sorry.
I gotta go to the airport.
Michael's plane isn't due back till 9. We have time.
Hi. What time do you have a meeting tonight?
Yeah, okay, just a second.
You're Jason's brother, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm Ben.
Laura Seaton. Hello. I'm one of the editors at the Alternative Press, and I'm sorry I woke you. But I'm worried to death about
Me too. Do you have any idea where he is?
No. I just hope he hasn't done something terrible to himself.
What do you mean by that?
I haven't had my coffee this morning yet. I'm gonna make myself some. Would you like a cup?
There's, no milk.
I take mine black.
Okay. You seem to know your way around here extremely well, Miss Seaton.
Jason and I lived together until 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah? He never told me that.
Well, that doesn't surprise me, Ben. I think there's a lot of things that Jason might not have told you. I suppose you think that he's still clean.
Oh, yeah. Are you saying he isn't?
I don't feel comfortable. I really shouldn't have come here. I'm not going to stay for coffee. Jason and I aren't lovers anymore, but we are very dear friends. And I'm frightened. I'm very frightened for him, Ben. I'm sorry I shouldn't have come.
I should be back in Washington the day after tomorrow, but there are too many loose ends here. Is the general behaving?
He wants to return. He says the time is ripe.
He's afraid he'll die before anything happens.
It's Jason's brother.
What's his name again?
Ben.
Bennett? Nice to hear from you.
I'm surprised that you remember me.
Of course I remember you. It has been a while, though. You must have been... How much younger are you than Jason?
10 years.
Oh, well, then you had to be 9 or 10 years old when Jason and I mounted the barricades at Berkeley. Time does go by. What can I do for you, Bennett?
Well, it seems that Jason is missing.
Missing? What do you mean, missing?
Well, after all the years of not seeing each other, we got really close in the last 6 months. And the last few weeks, nothing. I mean, he doesn't return my calls. I don't know where he is. But the last time I talked to him, he said he was working on a story with you.
Bennett, are you in the city?
Yeah?
Would it be possible for you to come by and see us, or are you too busy?
No, that'd be great. I'd really appreciate you giving me your time.
Not at all. Look forward to seeing you. There's no chance Ben would realize that Jason's house had been searched.
Not a chance. We left everything the way we found it.
I wonder how much Jason told him. Anna, we're having a visitor. Go upstairs and keep the general quiet. Bennett, how good to see you.
You know, nobody's called me Bennett since I was a little kid. Call me Ben.
Ben it is. You've met Joyce. This is Henry, my personal trainer. And this is Fred. Fred's my aide. He works here in the Los Angeles office. While I'm in Washington, he keeps the home fires burning.
Well, I'll leave you boys alone. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
I hope to see you again.
Thanks.
Sit.
Thanks again for seeing me.
Oh, I'm telling you, it's my pleasure. You boys are too young to realize this, but this man's brother was famous. Jason and I were the wild-eyed radicals at Berkeley, but Jason was the leader. He was written up in newspapers all over the country, in Europe. We protested against the war, for civil rights, drugs. Couldn't get enough of those. Of course, I managed to get away from that in time. Jason... Well, forgive me, you do know about the last 20 years of his life.
Well, yeah. But he's been clean for the last 2.
Is that what he told you?
Do you think he isn't?
Well, Ben, forgive me, I don't know anything for sure, but all I can tell you is of his behavior when he was here to interview me. He was nervous, fidgety, going to the bathroom every 10 minutes. You made a joke, an unkind one at that, about something being wrong with his kidneys. Look, I don't know that Jason's not free of his addiction. I certainly hope he is. I have enormous affection for Jason. After college, we went down different roads, but I am proud to have known him. You said that he was telling you about something he was writing?
Yeah.
What was that about?
Well, he just said it was important. He was real excited about it. You just said he interviewed you. What was it about?
Well, I think that was about hippies and radicals of the 60s and 70s. You know, where are they now? That sort of thing. Ben, I'm a little embarrassed after having invited you over here, but I've been called to the office. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to leave.
Oh, that's fine.
Henry, when you show Ben out, would you be sure to get some numbers where we can reach him? I'd like to be helpful. You'll certainly hear from Jason before I will, but if there's anything I can do, anything at all, please let me know.
Okay. Thanks again for your time.
I don't think he has a clue, but keep an eye on him just in case.
Hello.
Hi, may I help you?
I'm Ben Wallace, Jason's brother.
I'm Cynthia. We finally meet.
Yeah. I hope I haven't been too much of a pest. You know, with all the phone calls and everything.
No, not at all. We've all been pretty concerned.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to tell you I don't know anything new.
Well, I was hoping I could talk to Miss Seat.
I want you to take this back and get it color corrected.
Okay.
Thank you.
Miss Seaton, I really need to talk to you.
I'm sorry I can't right now. I'm late for an appointment. I do want to apologize, though, about this morning. I shouldn't have said what I did. It's just that I'm very worried about your brother.
Well, maybe we could have a drink or a cup of coffee or something.
I'm sorry, that's not going to be possible. I have deadlines. This week is madness. Let me call you.
Mr. Wallace, I have a message for you.
For me. Hello. Yes, this is his house. Well, I'm Ben Wallace. I'm his brother. I do, but I just got here from New Mexico yesterday. Yeah, I'm still here. Could you repeat where that is? Okay, I'm leaving right now.
Mr. Wallace, I'll be needing to ask you some questions. I suppose I could wait until tomorrow. Will you be staying at your brother's house? You see, with all the drugs in the car and the needle marks and the other signs, we'll be needing to do some tests, an autopsy, and we'll appreciate your cooperation. Mr. Wallace, would you like one of my officers to drive you home? Mr. Wallace, I'll be calling you in the morning.
Ben, it's me. It's Laura. Ben. Oh, Ben. Oh. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Ben.
Hold me. Hold me.
Hello? Are you renting this table, or are you gonna order something?
There's going to be a gentleman who's going to be in here looking for me. My name is Cynthia. Will you give him that, please?
Is he cute?
Yes, he's cute.
Well, then I'll keep my little eyes peeled.
You should go to bed, darling.
Yes. Let's do that.
When are you going back to New Mexico?
When they give me Jason.
You know, when I heard the news on the radio, I started shaking. I could have been the girl in the car with Jason. Could be lying dead on a hillside with him. God, poor Helen.
There was no...
What did you say?
I didn't hear what you said.
I said I could be the girl in the car with Jason. You know, Helen, she didn't have the strength to cope with Jason's drug problem. If he shot up, she did. And try and get a good night's sleep, sweetheart. I have an early morning appointment. I'll call you when it's over.
Yeah, for Hollywood. Blue Angel Cafe.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're the cute one who stood her up.
At first, Hitler was nothing. The party was nothing. Then the money, the big money. They all put money behind Hitler to create him, to make him big, to buy the elections and to take power. Why do you waste your time on nonentities? You're being groomed for greatness.
I know you're my grandfather, but there are certain areas of my life...
Don't you dare to interrupt me again. Don't you talk to me about areas of your life. You are to be the leader of an elite that will create a master race. Come back here!
It's all right, Anna. I'll get it. It's for me.
Hello, Freddie.
My name is Frederick, or Fred.
Oh, whatever.
Why haven't you returned my calls?
I've been very busy.
With Jason's little brother?
Oh, here's my new assignment now. You know that.
Did you sleep with him?
That's none of your business.
Well, you're a whore. You'd sleep with anybody.
You're right. I've even slept with you. Don't even think about it. What's the matter, darling? Aren't you getting sufficiently serviced around here?
What are you doing here, Laura? I told you only in an emergency.
I think that we have an emergency.
Which is?
I was in my car when I heard the news broadcast that they'd found Jason's body. I drove directly over to the house, did my la-di-da number with Ben, and since I've left him, I've heard 2 more newscasts. None of them mention Helen.
I saw a television broadcast. There was no mention of a second body.
Well, he's a famous one. Naturally, they're going to talk about him.
But still, they'd say something about another body in the car.
There's no possibility Helen survived.
No way. No. No way.
Well, we'll make some calls.
No, we won't make any calls. I've been asked to make a statement. I'll wait till morning. In the meantime, you keep an eye on Ben. Let's hope he goes home soon.
Ta-ta.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm so sorry.
Can I come in?
Of course, come on in.
Why'd you want to see me?
Because I wanted to help you find Jason.
Well, we found him. What more is there to talk about? Jason's gone. I should just go back to...
Wait. There are some things I want to show you. For the past 2 weeks, I have been saving copies of the messages that Jason's received. Now, most of them are pretty ordinary stuff, but there's a few there that I think are significant. The last time I saw Jason, I gave him this message from Fred Weber. Do you know who he is? He's aide to the congressman.
I met him. I know who he is.
Well, Jason said that he was really excited, that he was going to meet with Fred, and he hit pay dirt on one of the stories he was working on.
Was that the one about 60s radicals and hippies, and where are they now?
No. He finished that about a month ago. But while he was working on that, he said he came across some information that blew his mind. And it was the biggest story he was ever going to have.
Did he say what that was about?
No. How do you like your coffee?
Black, please.
might come to the phone right now.
Yeah, could you connect me with Berlin, Germany? Number is 206-1174. Thanks. Ja, grüß Gott, Bernhard hier. Ja, bin gerade angekommen, hab gleich angerufen. Nee, nichts. Ja, Logo, ich geh morgen hin. Ja, alles klar, ich halte euch auf dem Laufenden. Tschüss.
These other messages from Germany, Bernhard Hiller, who is that?
I don't know. But as you can see, he called a lot. And he sounded very disturbed and anxious when he couldn't get in touch with Jason.
I think I'm going to call him in the morning. Who's this, Mrs. Thomas?
She is Helen Thomas's mother. Helen was a friend of Jason's. I guess they were together about a year. She's a school teacher.
Well, why did her mother call?
Well, she telephoned a few days after Jason got that message from Fred, and she said that she hadn't heard from Helen, and she wanted to know if Jason knew what was going on.
Have you heard from her since?
Not a word.
How did you hear about Jason's death?
On the TV.
Did they say anything about another body in the car?
I don't know what you mean.
On the news, did they say there was another person in the car with Jason?
No. Why are you asking me that?
How well do you know Laura Seaton?
Not very well. She's been working at the paper about 6 months. I don't socialize with her.
Was Laura Jason's girlfriend? I mean, before Helen?
I don't know. You know, I heard that they were friends years ago when Jason was still doing drugs. Why are you asking me all these questions about Laura?
I'd like to get in touch with Helen's mother. Can you help me?
You know, you ask me questions, and I answer you. I ask you questions, and you completely ignore me. You still don't trust me, do you? Ben, I don't think that Jason OD'd. I think he was murdered.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe that story that he was working on was just too big for him. Maybe he should have gone to the police.
Don't you think you're making a mistake involving yourself with these people? We have all the money we'll ever need.
This isn't about money, Joyce. It's about power. Power and the future.
Sounds more like the past, if you ask me.
I don't like this. I don't like this at all. You've been saying things like this with increasing frequency. Don't you see the signs? Not just in Germany, but in Russia, here. The world is fragmenting, Joyce, between the haves and everybody else. This is the perfect opportunity for a movement with discipline and a sense of history.
I don't get it. With the amount of shit I gave her, she couldn't have survived.
Maybe you missed the vein.
I don't miss.
So where's the body?
Maybe the police are playing games. I don't know. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Hello.
Hi, the lady will meet you in Echo Park at 10 this morning. Listen, let me tell you how to get there, okay?
That's okay, I got a map book.
Oh, you have to go into the park. There's a lake. There's a small bridge.
can't come to the phone right now.
Mrs. Thomas?
Are you Ben? Of course, I've seen pictures. I'm so sorry about Jason.
Thanks. And thank you for seeing me.
Why did you want to see me?
It's about Helen.
What about Helen?
I've lost my brother, and the police say he OD'd, and I just don't think that's the truth. Now, if I could just talk to Helen, maybe she knows something. Please.
I'll try.
Try to help me.
I will. I'll try. I really will try.
Oh, hi. Can I help you?
Yeah, I've been trying to contact Jason Wallace. Is he in?
Mr. Wallace was found dead yesterday.
How did he die?
His car hit a tree.
Okay. Thank you.
Excuse me, John. Hello. I'm Laura Seaton.
Bernhard, Helen.
I'm a colleague of Jason's.
Oh.
We were all so devastated by the news. Were you a friend of his also?
No, not exactly, no.
You're German, aren't you? I detect a slight trace of an accent.
You're very kind. I suspect it's more than a trace.
You live here?
No, in Berlin.
Where will you be staying long?
I'm not sure.
It's also hard to believe, isn't it? I mean, something like this is just so terrible. Such a shock. If there's anything that I can do to help you during your stay, regarding Jason, of course, will you please let me know?
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care now.
Thanks.
Johnny.
Yep.
Will you watch the phones for me for a minute?
Sure.
Mr. Hiller,
How do you know my name?
I recognize your voice. You're the gentleman who's been calling Jason from Germany.
Must have been that trace of an accent that gave me away, huh?
Why were you trying to contact Jason?
I'm afraid I can't tell you that.
Was it in regard to one of his stories?
Possibly. Do you know what he was working on?
I have to get back to my desk.
Wait. You know, in most of your American movies, we Germans are the bad guys. Some of us are good guys. Jason thought I was a good guy.
Jason's brother is in Los Angeles. Do you think maybe you could meet with him tonight? Around 6:30?
Sure.
Okay, there's a bar around the corner. It's called the Blue Angel.
The Blue Angel, huh? Yeah, I'll be there.
Okay. I gotta get back. I'll see you at 6:30.
Yes.
Bernard Hiller from Berlin was just here looking for Jason.
Bernhard Hiller.
Do you know the name?
I don't know the name. Where's he staying?
Well, I didn't want to be too obvious. Maybe the receptionist knows, though. I'll find out.
All right, I'll see what I can find out here.
Blaming the Jews gave us a right to steal. And we are not the first. In the Middle Ages, England did it. You didn't know that, did you? France did it. Spain did it. Drove them out. Took everything they had. We needed just a little more time. A little more time. And we could have finished the job.
Excuse me, sir. A Bernhard Hiller arrived from Germany looking for Jason. Do you know the name?
Bernhard Hiller?
Yes.
Bernhard Hiller. I'll get in touch with my people.
It would be good to learn if he knows anything. I wish we could be certain Jason hadn't copied his papers.
Yeah. I suppose I could talk to you off the record, but I don't know what there is to say. Yeah. Sit down. He was a known drug user. We found him in a smashed car filled with coke and with enough drugs in his blood to kill 3 ordinary men.
No, I knew about his past, but we heard he had been off drugs for quite a while.
Yeah, like my son.
So you don't believe there's any chance Jason was set up?
Set up? Anything's possible. What's your interest in this?
He had found a group of Americans here who were funneling money to neo-Nazis and skinheads and militia groups in some of your western states. And this is where I come in. A former Nazi who we thought had died in South America many years ago was supposedly involved. He was a commandant at Treblinka. If he's still alive, we want to bring him to trial.
Did this Jason say who these Americans were?
No, but he said they were high-placed, influential.
You know, personally, I'd like to help you. Especially since Americans may be involved. If I hear of anything, I'll let you know.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
Come on, you bitch! Where are they? Where are the copies? Come on, you bitch! Where are they? Where are the copies? I don't know. Where's your daughter, huh? Where are you hiding her? I don't know.
There are copies, they're not here.
Shit. Finish her.
Come on, let's go.
My name's Ben. I'm an alcoholic. Hi, Ben. Yesterday, I would have been 2 years and 4 days sober. But there was a death in my family. My brother died under odd circumstances. So I did the easy thing, I drank. But now I need my body and my mind clear so that I can try to find out why he died. But my hands are trembling and I just have this overwhelming desire to sleep. Hello.
Hi, I've been trying to reach you all day. Bernard Hiller, the German man who'd been trying to contact Jason, came in. So I set up a meeting for tonight around 6:30 at that bar I was at last night.
Oh, that's great. That'll give me time for a nap. I didn't get any sleep last night.
How was Helen's mother? Was she helpful?
Yeah, I'll tell you tonight.
Okay, do you remember the address of the bar?
Yeah, I remember. I'll see you there at 6:30.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Hi. May I come in?
Well, I was just getting ready to take a nap.
Oh, of course you were. I'm sorry. I know you're going through hell.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it was about last night.
Oh, I'm really sorry about that. You know, I just went crazy.
Oh, no. It wasn't about that.
Oh.
It's about Helen. I just assumed, that she would, in the car, they were always together, always. And I was wondering where she is.
I don't know.
I'd like to help her.
I haven't seen her.
Oh, well, maybe her mother knows. I met her mother once or twice. Have you been in touch with her?
No, I haven't. If you could excuse me, I need to take a nap because I'm heading to New Mexico today.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Forgive me.
No problem.
Good afternoon, Alternative Press.
Yes, Cynthia, it's me. Look, Laura was just here asking about Helen's mother. Have you got Mrs. Thomas's phone number? Operator, I've been dialing 213-853-1211, and it's busy. Can you do an emergency breakthrough, please?
One moment, please. That phone is out of order, sir. I will report it for you.
Thanks.
Alternative Press.
Yeah, hi, it's me. Look, Mrs. Thomas' phone is out of order. Do you have her address? I'm going over there.
Yeah, hold on. out there? I'm worried.
So, you gonna order now, or you still gonna wait?
If you don't mind, we'd like to wait another minute.
Oh, it's no difference to me, honey. I'm here till 2 a.m. But get rid of that other guy. Doesn't sound too responsible to me. And what's the matter with him? He looks very nice to me. Just bang when you want me.
So, who did Ben have an appointment with? Come on, Miss Alpert, I told you who I am. I showed you my ID. I'm as concerned, possibly more concerned with what Jason was working on. Please, you gotta help each other here.
Jason had a friend. I guess she was a girlfriend. She's been missing also. So Ben went over to talk to her mother this morning.
And what'd she say?
I don't know. He was going to tell me tonight. But he called me this afternoon and he said that Laura Seaton came over and was asking questions about Helen and her mother. So he tried to call Mrs. Thomas and her line was out of order. He went over there to see her.
When was this? What time?
By 4 o'clock?
Well, that's over 3 hours ago. Do you know the address?
Yes.
How far?
15, 20 minutes.
Let's get out of here.
Hello? Mrs. Thomas?
Wait.
There's a dead woman on the floor, and you've got a gun in your hand. Who are you?
Right about now, Ben should be saying hello to his brother. In fact, Jason's probably giving him harp lessons.
What about Mrs. Thomas?
Yeah, we couldn't find anything. I don't think there are any copies.
Let's hope you're right.
I forbid you to use my boys as goons and thugs. How many times must I tell you the same thing?
Yes, sir, I understand, but we have to keep the inner circle small. You know, there are not too many people we can trust.
That is why we have the skinheads. These boys are destined for greatness.
You're absolutely right, General. Absolutely right. I will see to it that our tactics are changed. Now, please get some rest.
Mrs. Thomas didn't like to drive at night. Most of the time, I would pick her up. Our church choir is going to miss her.
Well, from the conditions inside, it seems like somebody was looking for something. Do you know, Reverend, what Mrs. Thomas had that might have been of enough value for someone to want to kill her for? Reverend.
I don't know.
Excuse me, I'll be right back.
You worked with Jason, didn't you?
Yes, we both worked at the Alternative Press.
I understand that Jason's brother is in town.
He is. He saw Mrs. Thomas this morning.
I know that. She told me.
Well, that's why we're here. Ben called and said that he wanted to see her again, and then he was going to meet with us. He just never showed up.
Where is Ben?
I don't know.
He's in the hospital.
What?
He wrecked his truck. He was reeking of booze.
I don't believe it.
What don't you believe? That he wrecked his truck or he was reeking of booze?
If there was booze in his truck, then it was a setup, just like Jason.
That's the same phrase my son used to use. He was set up.
Excuse me, but I don't want to hear about your son.
Cynthia.
How bad is he?
I don't know. But when I finish here, I'll go see him.
Well, I'd like to go now. Where is he?
Hollywood General, it's just...
I know where it is. I'm going to go. Well, I don't believe it. I don't believe that Ben was drunk, and I don't believe that Jason was stoned. I don't know, maybe I'm naive, but I think people can change.
I agree with you. If nations can reform, people can too. You know, I come from a country that committed one of the worst crimes against humanity in all of history. And now, here. I carry this with me always, to show people. This is a sign my government's put up outside of a subway station on one of our busiest streets.
What did it say?
Of all the horrors, we must never forget Auschwitz, Buchenau, Dachau, Bergen-Belsen, all the others.
We can't come to the phone right now, but if you leave your name and number, we'll get back to you as soon as possible.
This is Joyce Clayton, Michael's wife. Everything you need to know is in Michael's den.
Dr. Forrest, a visitor in the main lobby. How is he?
He's still out.
How bad is he?
Well, we're not sure. We're looking at x-rays and doing some tests.
Was he drunk?
How are you related?
I'm his sister.
Oh, well, we're running some blood tests and we'll know more in the morning. I'll be back. I'll see you later.
I've been looking for you.
About your boyfriend.
Ben is not my boyfriend.
Whatever. Anyway, you were right. He was set up. Brakes on his truck were tampered with big time, and his blood test showed only a small amount of alcohol.
Well, that was from the day before yesterday when he found out about Jason.
He wasn't even close to being legally drunk.
How is he?
He's hurting bad, but he's in one piece.
Can I go see him?
I told Mr. Wallace that his sister was waiting outside, and he told me he doesn't have one.
Well, I'm sure the accident dulled his memory. Excuse me. Hi.
Hi. We gotta stop making dates to meet at the Blue Angel Cafe. I never seem to make it.
I spoke to Lieutenant Blake out in the hall, and he said that the truck's brakes were tampered with.
Oh, yeah. I could have told him that. I need to speak to Mrs. Thomas.
Ben. Mrs. Thomas is dead.
What?
Somebody slit her throat. And from the looks of the apartment, it seems as though someone was searching for something.
Oh, God. Oh, God, I gotta get out of here.
Ben, what are you doing?
I gotta get out of here.
Listen to me, you cannot go anywhere in this condition.
I've had hangovers that felt worse than this. You know, I think I was 14, maybe I was 15. At 15, I went to see Jason up in Berkeley. He was giving a speech, and he was so good. I mean, he was wonderful. I was really proud of him, you know? He was my hero. I wanted to be like him. I had a scrapbook, and I used to keep every story. The ones that praised him, the ones that put him down for being a hippie and a radical, and then the stories changed. He did some drugs, and he got caught. They put him in prison. And that was it. You know, he just kind of went down after that. Never really recovered. Just everything he believed, down the drain. So, you know what I did? And just to spite him, I joined the Marine Corps. He was the first one I called. We didn't talk to each other for years after that. I didn't even see him except for when our mom died. And then, about 2 years ago, I crashed my truck. And Jason, he showed up, you know, because I was stoned out of my mind when I wrecked it. And he'd been clean for about 3 months. He said he needed me. Well, you know the rest. I want to get these son of bitches. I want to know why they killed him. Why they killed Mrs. Thomas. Why they tried to kill me. Why they tried to kill Helen.
Ben, the minister to Mrs. Thomas's church came here this morning to see if you were all right. But he seemed so anxious to meet with you.
He did? Well, that's where we're going. Come on.
I'll give him the message. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
John, Cynthia was supposed to do some research for me last night. Where the hell is she?
She was at the hospital.
The hospital? Is she all right?
She's fine. It was Jason's brother. He was in a car accident.
How terrible. Well, he wasn't hurt, was he?
I don't know. She didn't say.
Well, why don't you call the hospital and find out his condition?
I just did. She wasn't there, and they said he wasn't registered. He had left.
Left?
That's what they said, Laura. He left.
I have to make a telephone call, and then I'm going to be out of the office for about an hour.
Was geht denn hier los? Mein Name! Hilfe, Hilfe! Ich fühle hier irgendwas im Hals. Warum geht es mir nicht gut? Ihr Scheißlumpen, Dreck, kommt da! Hier in Hindenburg!
What happened? Why were the police here?
You know Michael does not like it.
It's all right.
Why were the police here, Michael?
Joyce drowned in the pool sometime late last night.
Drowned? Oh, my God.
I told her not to swim at night, especially after she'd been drinking.
I didn't know that Joyce drank. I came here to tell you that, Ben is alive.
That's very old news. The boys are out now trying to correct past errors. Now, I suggest you stay away for a while. We wouldn't want anyone making connections. Anna, when Lieutenant Blake returns, tell him I'm too distraught to see him. And give the general something to quiet him. He's crazier than usual today.
Thank you for coming. Helen's been anxious to see you. I haven't told her about her mother yet. I just couldn't. There's only so much a person can go through, and in her condition. Please, come in. This is Helen. This is Bernhard Hiller, Internal Affairs, Berlin.
Ben.
Yeah.
Jason talked a lot about you. I'm sorry about the accident. How you feeling?
It's not as bad as it looks.
Well, the Reverend said that you wanted to hear what I remember. It's not much, but there were 3 of them, and they were wearing masks, but Jason knew who they were. And one of them was a woman. I recognized her voice. She worked with Jason. Her name was Laura. She's the one that held the gun while they gathered up all of Jason's papers, and then they put
Forgive
the
me.
needles.
Did Jason tell you what the papers were about?
No, he didn't want me to get involved. He thought it would be too dangerous. But he made a copy. It's in the living room. In the living room behind one of the paintings, behind the painting between the matting and the frame. And after the car crash, I just remember crawling and then sleeping and then crawling, and I don't really remember too much more.
And then a young man found her on the roadside. He wanted to take her to the hospital, but she insisted that he'd take her to her mother's.
I think we should get back to the house and find the papers. You are even lovelier than Jason said you were.
Did he tell you? Uncle Ben. We'll see you again?
Yeah. Son of a bitch! They knew exactly where they were. Nothing else has even been touched.
Right, they had to be at the Reverend's house listening. There's no other way. They had to be.
We got to get Helen. We got to get her out of there.
Right. Wait, I think you should stay here. Call Lieutenant Blake and tell him what Helen told us about Laura. I mean, she can obviously lead us to whoever's behind all this. His number is right on here. Okay? Good. Okay.
Hey.
What?
You have to come back and get me because my car's still at the cafe.
Right.
Lieutenant Blake's office.
Hi, I need to speak to Lieutenant Blake. I'm calling for Bennett Wallace.
He's not in. May I take a message?
This is very urgent.
I'll try to page him. Where can he reach you?
Thank you. The number here is...
There was a copy of Jason's notes, but we burned them.
Good. Where are you going now?
Look, we're gonna have to find Helen and finish the job on her. But more importantly, Helen identified Laura.
Identified Laura to whom?
To Ben and the German guy. Look, we're gonna have to get rid of Laura.
I'll make the decisions as to what to do. As soon as you've finished with Helen, get back here. Laura Seaton, please.
This is Joyce Clayton, Michael's wife. Everything you need to know is in Michael's den.
Helen, would you like a cup of tea?
No, I'm fine.
It's no trouble. I'm going to have one.
Okay, I'll have one with you. Thank you. Reverend? Reverend? Reverend?
Hello.
This is Lieutenant Blake.
They took her, and I know where. Let's go. Where? They're gonna finish the job they started.
You remember the place?
Yeah, if I live to be 100.
Let's go.
This is Joyce Clayton, Michael's wife. Everything you need to know is in Michael's den.
No, in order for me to get a search warrant, I need to show probable cause. That one single sentence is rather flimsy.
Well, yeah, but after she left that one single sentence, she happened to drown in her own pool. I told you, Helen already identified Laura. And Laura got a lot of messages from a man named Fred, who happened to be the congressman's assistant. And the last message that I gave to Jason before he disappeared was from Fred. Do you want to know what I think happened? I think Fred called Jason and told him that he had information on the story that Jason happened to stumble onto. Jason agreed to meet with Fred, and then he killed him, or he had him killed.
Do you want to join the police force? I'll give you a recommendation.
Okay.
Okay, I have a judge friend who owes me a favor. Come on, let's go.
Well, why don't you go and I'll just wait here for them?
No, you're going to have to tell the judge everything you know. Besides, this judge likes pretty girls.
Great, this should be fun. Should I leave them a message?
Right. Tell them to wait until they hear from us.
Hurry. Come on, hurry up.
These guys aren't going anyplace. Let's take her to a hospital.
You know, we can call from Jason's house.
Yeah.
It's just a couple of minutes from here.
Laura, I have some messages here from Congressman Clayton. I didn't know you knew him.
Yes, I've interviewed him once or twice. Are these times correct? 2 calls in the last 20 minutes?
Yeah. He said he had a big story for you. I heard his wife drowned last night. Did you hear that?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Maybe the story has something to do with that.
Maybe.
Okay, why don't you wait for me? I'll call Ben, and then I'll come with you.
Sorry, you're not on the force yet, but you did a good job with the judge. Thanks.
Okay. See you later. Come in.
Where are they? Where are my boys? There are tapes they should be watching. On what foolish errand have you sent them now?
Michael is waiting for you in the den.
Thank you, Anna.
Answer me when I speak to you, you stupid tramp!
So that explains why the tape's missing from the machine.
Well, one of the things that helped make up the judge's mind is that the message came in right around the time that the police estimated Joyce drowned.
That's a big coincidence. Look, we're going over there now.
Oh, I don't think Lieutenant Blake would appreciate that.
We're going. Besides, I don't think the lieutenant knows that the congressman's aide and his friend are lying dead on the same hill where we found Jason.
What?
We're going over there now, okay? We'll call you later.
Johnny, when was the last time that you saw Laura?
Just before you came in. She had 2 urgent calls from Congressman Clayton. He said he had a big story for her.
Did she say that she was going to go over there?
No, but I presume she did. She seemed a little strange, kind of scared.
She should be.
The boys should have taken care of Helen by now. That leaves us with Ben and the German. They'll have to be taken care of.
Well, that might not be too easy. I mean, what if they can't be taken care of?
Well, I guess that means you'll just have to go on a long, long trip.
I hope you're not talking about the kind of trip that you sent Joyce on.
Laura.
Maybe that's them.
Why would they ring the bell?
Oh, excuse me, I'm Detective Blake.
Oh, I am so sorry. The doctor sedated Congressman Clayton. He said if you could make it tomorrow, he hoped you would understand.
No, that's all right. You don't have to disturb the congressman. You can let him sleep. We have a search warrant. We're empowered to look for certain things.
Excuse me. I will wake the congressman. One moment, please. The police are here. He has a search warrant.
On what grounds?
He did not say.
How in God's... Are you responsible for this?
Are you crazy?
Joyce! Anna. Take him in the living room. Give him something to drink. Tell him you had to wake me. I have to get dressed. It'll be 10 minutes.
The congressman will be done shortly. He is getting dressed. He said he would be happy to cooperate in any way that he can. Please make yourself comfortable. Would you care for some coffee?
Was ist los? Ich höre was. Hier sind Besucher. Warum sie kommen nicht zu mir? Ich will diese Leute nicht, dass sie hier zu mir kommen. Ich erlaube es nicht. Es ist mein Haus. Mein Haus. Scheiße. Scheiße kann ich nur sagen. Pfui. Pfui. Wie kommt es nur dazu? Bitte, geht weg. Geht doch weg, ihr scheiß Leute. Was glaubt ihr denn, dass hier los ist?
We were told we could find Lieutenant Blake here.
Right here.
Warum denn? Ah! Das funktioniert auch nicht. Was ist los? Wer hat mir das erzählt? Das ist mein Haus. Mir gehört das. Du kommst nicht dazu. Warum, was sagst du denn? Oh, ich küsse dich. Ich will, dass das hier weiter sehe. Das geht doch nicht weiter. Das geht doch nicht hier weiter. Kommt hier raus. Schmiert ein Schnurrbart raus. Und jetzt geht es hier runter. Ja.
Und das Opfer in der Nation mobilisieren, die zu allen Seiten nicht die Mehrheit.
My God. That is Carl Weber. He was supposed to have died in the 60s in South America.
Ich kann es nicht ausschauen! Nein! Nein, ich stirb!
What did... Where?
Michael! Oh! Ah! Ich will das alles bedeuten!
Stay with them.
Well, I don't know where Ben is again.
I can't wait much longer.
What time does your plane leave?
A couple of hours, but I gotta return my rental car.
Oh, right.
So, still waiting for the guy? Honey, I don't know why a pretty little girl like you would waste all her time waiting for a guy who is never gonna come. Are you sure this is an old fantasy in your mind?
Yeah.
Well, I'll believe it when I see it. Chow mein, kids.
Chow mein.
Chow mein. I hate to leave without saying goodbye to Ben, but I've been trying to call him all morning. No answer. What?
Well, he wasn't home. You see, he got kind of tired last night, and he stayed at my place.
Okay. That has happened in a week, huh?
Yes, a lot has happened.
Mm-hmm.
God, it's hard to believe. After all this time, the Nazis are still with us. And an American congressman using his position to funnel money to them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wonder if I'll ever have a story that big. I forgot to tell you, I got promoted today.
Really?
Yes, I got Laura's job.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know what's gonna happen to her.
Well, your district attorney told me she'll cooperate with them if they prosecute on a lesser charge than murder. I hope they will. As you know, Jason's notes were destroyed, and Michael destroyed his records, as well as himself. Her testimony could really help us in our war crimes trial of the old man.
Oh my God.
Hey.
I wanted to thank you for everything.
Oh, we are forever grateful to you. And to Jason.
I don't believe it. He finally shows up. He's got another girl on his arm, and she's knocked up.
Hey, you want to catch your plane?
Sure do.
Okay, we can say goodbye at the airport. Is it okay if Helen goes with us?
Yeah, be great.
You want me to carry something?
Nah.
Okay, so maybe that wasn't the best tribute to Robert Carradine, but there was definitely a B-movie charm to The Killers Within that made it weirdly fun. This is one of those movies that got more and more absurd the longer it went on. It started as a straight mystery, Carradine trying to clear his brother's name after a suspicious death, and then devolved into this political corruption plot involving a Nazi war criminal. The escalation was wild. The story kept introducing these big, explosive ideas and then barely developing them. Characters disappeared, plot threads went nowhere, and every time the general rolled in with his wheelchair, he was just watching old Hitler speeches on TV. It's almost like the movie didn't trust us to remember how evil he was. Anyway, to Carradine's credit, he at least tried his best to play things seriously. He was believable enough as the recovering alcoholic on a mission for justice. It's just too bad Meg Foster and Mike Farrell were completely wasted here. Their motivations were foggy at best, and the script didn't give them any logic to work with. By the time the congressman got doused in lighter fluid and accidentally set alight, the whole thing had tipped into full-blown farce. That's why I can't in good conscience give it any more than 1.5 stars. But I'm still glad I watched it. There's something oddly comforting about these chaotic 90s thrillers. They swing big, miss hard, and yet somehow still entertain in that so bad it's good kind of way. Did you see the hidden brilliance here, or was this conspiracy held together with duct tape and wishful thinking? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if there's any better Carradine movies I should check out next, let me know after you like and subscribe. This is Holy Critic, signing out.